So hello and welcome to the new video. This is an update for the Forbidden Rite. Now this video is meant for the people who actually are playing the build, or you're on the path of doing the Forbidden Rite from my original guide. If you're like a first time viewer viewing this video, I would advise you to stop, go click on the video description, the original build guide, and you have to follow that. Because otherwise you're gonna make a lot of mistakes and that's gonna cost you a headache. Be mind, you have been warned. So now the build did change quite a lot, even I provided like a updated POB in the original guide, but this current one, it needs more explanation. That's why I'm making the video. So let's start with the passive tree. What happened with the passive tree, as I originally my level was 96, now my level is 99 actually, and I'm on the path of making 100. I don't know if I want to do it, but I'm on the path on that. So a couple of things that happen. I respect from the zealot out because I no longer use life regen on my flask. And while talking about the flask, I no longer have a flask that gives me regen. That's why I'm not using the zealot out, because I don't need it. And the rarity is just like, whatever, because at this point I have no idea what kind of suffix would be good for the flask. So that's something that you can tweak around yourself. Now, going back to the passive tree, here's what happened. I'm using a mastery plus 1 level to non-exceptional gems. Because this is mainly because I want to plus 1 more level to my awaken cast and crit. So that's what happened with this rune graft. This costed me about 110 C, give or a take, so it's not that expensive. Another thing that happened, where is it? I have plus 3 level of the critical support gems. Again, this is mainly to increase the awaken cast and crit gem. Another thing is, I did upgraded the cluster jewel. I no longer have, like I had over here, like projectile speed and so on, because I didn't need the attack speed. Now in this version I need this attack speed over here, so that's quite important. If you're wondering why, because I'm actually hitting the last cap with the cooldown and attack speed of the Forbidden Rite. So pretty much at this point I have almost the maximum amount of damage that I can have. So that would be it for the passives. For the passives. Yep, that's what we're gonna be. Now, I did change my weapon because now I need increased attack speed. I need this, and I have a different base of my knife. That doesn't really matter as I lost a little bit crit chance. I'm still overcapped. You need the attack speed, and that's gonna be a very tricky thing because you're gonna have to balance your attack speed depending what kind of dodger do you gonna buy or you're gonna craft it. So you're gonna have to refer to POB. Another thing what I upgraded is I no longer use volley. I have awaken GMP. This gives me the most amount of projectiles that Forbidden Rite needs, and pretty much you don't need anything else at this point. From the gear, I don't think I did upgrade anything else. One thing that I want to mention, I did get rid of golems, because when I was running T17s, the golem quite often died, and and pretty much it was just like a fake statistic in the POB, so I get rid of that. But one of the major upgrades that allows you to get to the highest amount of cooldown recovery is this hand. If you look on the top implicit, increase cooldown recovery rate for each green skill gem you have socketed. That's why I got rid of the golem, because now what I did, I have 4 cyclones over here to get the cooldown reduction, and I have a cyclone over here. So if I go the calc and you go to miscs, yes, cooldown recovery rate 53, you can find over here, and for each cyclone, as you can see, I'm getting 2%. So this is a very important to hit that breakpoint of 52. And then if I spin my cyclone, let me just open them, I'm very close to like 10.8. 10, right? So I'm almost on the maximum damage. There's like very little things that I can do just to improve the build at this point. Now here comes like a tricky part that you're gonna have to decide yourself, because even if you like copy my build and everything like that from the POB, there's like a one trick that you have to do. Either you have to buy Awaken Custom Crit level 6, because that's gonna put you on where is that? I think I'm 53, because you need 52, right? So one of the things that you can do, because if you go from level 5, I think it's 34, and level 6 is 37. You don't actually need 3%, you only need 2%, because I have 1 extra percent. And I understand that Awaken Custom Crit level 6 is quite expensive, but there is like a small trick that you can do. You could actually replace faster attack from your Whirring Blades. That's just gonna slow down your Whirring Blades, because with the faster attack it's quite fast and fun, but if you remove the faster attack, of course it's a little bit slower. But then what you can do, since you have one available socket over here, you could just put like a generic cyclone, and that's gonna put you on 52 with only Awaken Custom Crit level 5. So while you're gonna be balancing the attack speed, remember this, that you can tweak around with the cyclone quality. For example, in my case, I can only have 15 quality maximum, because the quality of the cyclone is gonna be depending on your attack speed of your dodger. So that's gonna be like, how much speed you can have on your dodger, because you can even apply the harvest enchantment, even so, if you were missing a little bit. And you have other sources like the cluster and so on. But lastly, you should play around with the quality of cyclone, because in your case maybe you only need 5 because you have a well better dodger than me. So that's something to have in mind before you start like panicking. And this is like the last upgrade I still didn't do, so I'm not yet quite confident, but this is the new Fullborn Aegis Aurora. So what you're actually losing from this shield is increased elemental damage with weapon something. Pretty much a dead stat for a forbidden rite, but then you're gaining the damage cannot be reflected. Well, since I don't have the item yet, so I cannot give you the full answer, but how I'm understanding this, pretty much this will make you reflect immune, or if there's like a reflect damage on the map, you're not gonna be taking that damage. I'm not necessarily yet sure how this works, but if it works that you cannot take reflect damage, this would be a very no-brainer as an upgrade, because then pretty much you can run elemental reflect because of this shield, because otherwise if you run elemental reflect and you frostblink into a pack of monsters, you're pretty much dead. So hopefully this Fullborn Aegis solves that problem, but like I said on the beginning, I'm not sure because I don't have the item. I'm just waiting till it drops down in the price, then I'm gonna buy it. At this point of the video I will say thank you for watching, and I will see you later in my next video.